What's up, guys, and welcome back to my last video of 2022. I've got a lot to talk about and 16 minutes to do it. So enjoy the gameplay in the background. It was a World Cup kind of reenactment, or it was before the World Cup, so it was kind of like a World Cup trial run between me and my Twitch mod Ben. Massive shout out to Ben. The game was a lot of laughs. There's a lot of screamers, so enjoy that in the background. But for now, I'm going to talk about my 2022 and wrap up the year. Like I said, this will be my last video of the year. So I'm going to talk about the things I've achieved this year, first of all, because I think I've done a lot this year. I think I should be maybe more proud of myself than I have been. And then I'm going to talk a little bit and pay a tribute to the people that are responsible for helping me achieve those things. And then I'm going to wrap it off by saying Happy New Year to you guys. And then the first video of 2023 rather, will be the next episode of the Glory Hunter. So don't worry, you haven't missed any. You've got all this time. There'll be a playlist link at the end of the video, so you can catch up on all the episodes from season 1 ahead of season 2. If you're new, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. And if you're not new, make sure you like and make sure you subscribe if you're not already anyway. The support is much appreciated. So let's start off then. Last November, I failed my driving test, and I failed in the last 30 seconds of my driving test. It kind of stuck with me towards the end of last year, and stuck with me throughout my birthday last January. And then in February this year, I passed my test. I was over the moon. It was a massive, massive achievement for myself personally. It's not something I ever believed that I'd be able to achieve. And that comes pretty much 90% of it is down to my dad. The financial aid he gave me to help pass my driving test, the support and the confidence he gave me, even though I failed it the first time, I can't put into words how important that was and how significant that was in terms of it leading me to go on and passing my driving test at the second attempt. You know, and I don't think he truly realizes how important his support was for me, even though I failed the first time, even though he was confident that I was going to pass, and even though I was so angry and so disappointed, his support and care that he gave me led to me passing the second time. And for that, I will forever be grateful. And a massive shout out to Dell, my old driving instructor as well. And funny enough, ironically, I'm actually recording this on Christmas Eve. And he actually came into my work today, gave me a hug, asked me how I was, you know, and he played a massive part in that process as well. He was patient. He was, you know, he was just the absolute perfect person. And I have a lot of respect for him. I admire him a lot. And, you know, I hope he's still teaching people to drive when I have kids old enough to drive. Probably not, but, you know, he really is a fantastic person. And again, the other part to play in me passing my test was him as well. So I achieved that at the end of February last year. And that it was such an important thing for me. It was such a milestone to get over. And I can't tell you guys, if you're learning to drive or if you're thinking about learning to drive, do it. The freedom it's given me has been absolutely incredible. Like I say, it's Christmas Eve today. Tomorrow I'm going to drive up to my partner's house and spend Christmas with her family. And, you know, having the ability to get in my car and drive to be able to do that is just, you know, I can't begin to tell you guys the difference it's made in my life. And it's led to so many other things. And it's led to me having the freedom, the confidence, the independence that not necessarily I didn't have, but it's allowed me to make so many more decisions. If I want to bugger off and, you know, go to Milton Keynes today, I want to bugger off and go here for the day or wherever it is, I can have the freedom to do that without having to rely on someone else. You know, also my partner was driving for pretty much the first 2.5 years of our relationship, even more than that actually, because the first 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years of our relationship, she was driving. So everywhere we went, she drove, and being able to give back to her in a way of showing that I was grateful for all those trips we did that were just something for me, you know, being able to drive her so she can preserve her fuel for work for herself is so important to me. And it's another example of just being able to give back to people that have been there when your life's not been perfect and when you've had to work to achieve certain things, you know, and being able to do that for her is just amazing. So that was the first thing. I passed my driving test in February, got my car insured. My dad gave me his car. I love the car. It's incredible. And like I say, it was actually meant to be a graduation present from my dad, but obviously COVID and things like that, I had to stop learning to drive. But just having that freedom of being able to get in my car and drive, just amazing. And I'm forever grateful for my dad, for my driving instructor, for my partner, for everyone who's played a part in that process. It really, really has been incredible. Then I started working at the airport. Now, you guys know I stopped content last summer because of Ramon passing away. And then obviously I went into the Christmas period on a break from it because I struggled a lot with it. I then got a job working at the airport. Now, the schedule working at the airport was horrific. I was getting home at 2 o'clock in the morning, or I was waking up at 12:30 and going to work till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, coming home, sleeping for 2 hours, getting up, having dinner, going back to bed again. I never saw anyone. I never did anything. I literally ate, slept, and went to work. It was horrible. I was miserable, but it paid the bills. And that is why the content obviously stopped. I was there for 5 months. That was a massive chunk of last year for me. I was there, or this year, ending now. And I was there for 5 months. I loved the majority of people I work with. I loved people in the airport. I love hearing about their travel stories. But ultimately, the work-life balance was simply not there for me at all. I left. I went back to a previous job. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm still currently employed by them. I don't want to lose my job. I love my job. But I left my old job and I left the airport and went to a previous job, but back as a member of management. And I love it. Seeing the same customers I used to serve, dealing with new staff. For me, it's been an absolute massive learning curve. And to take a step up in my career and move into management, it's been a massive life experience for me this year, but I've loved every second of it. And I can't wait to see what the future holds. And potentially taking that next step up as well next year is something I'm looking to do. So I passed my driving test. I started, obviously, a job. It was 2 promotions from where I was at the airport, but a job in management. I then also bought my setup. So I worked very, very hard after I changed my jobs to get the money together to buy what I needed to really give this channel a proper go. I owe it to myself. I owe it to Ramon. I owe it to my dad and my partner who've invested so much time and energy into supporting me where possible to do something I'm passionate about, to do something I love, to do something I enjoy. So it is with that I can sit here and record these kind of videos and take this time with you guys. And I'm probably going to go and stream after this. It's Christmas Eve. It is when I'm recording this. And being able to have this because of how hard I've worked is incredible. I've got myself a new phone. I've got the iPhone 14 Pro Max now, which again, I've worked hard to be able to get. To be fair, my old phone fell apart, but regardless of the point, I've worked hard to achieve the things I have in my life, and I have my partner to thank for that. I have my dad to thank for that massively. I have my nan to thank for that a lot as well. She's played a massive part in that, more than she could ever imagine. And I owe a lot to those people because I am a strong individual. I do work hard, but every now and again in life, when things aren't going your way, when things are rough, when things are difficult, you need people to give you a leg up, people to support you, people to help drag you through those times where you're doubting yourself, where you're doubting what you're capable of, where you're doubting if you're ever going to take the next step forward in what you want to achieve in life or what you want to do in life. And those people are the people that have dragged me up. Now, I can say this on video because she will already have got it, but tomorrow morning, from when I'm recording this, my partner's going to open a PS5. I bought that for her. She would never ever spend that kind of that on herself, to treat herself, but she deserves that because of the kind of person she is, because of the help and the support she's given me over the last year. The support to back me in changing my job, the support to back me in after I failed my first driving test, and to be there for someone and support them unconditionally is incredible. And like I say, I've got my nan, I've got my dad, and I've got my partner massively to thank for that. My partner's family as well has played a big part. I could literally phone her dad and he would answer the phone and he'd help me where possible. So it really is incredible, and I really am blessed to have these kind of people in my life because it has allowed me to take so many steps forward this year, and I honestly couldn't be prouder of myself. What do I want to achieve in the new year then? We're currently sat, as I'm recording this, on 190 subscribers. and I'm currently in this position I'm in. I want to start saving for a mortgage for myself and my partner. That's the big thing for me this year. That's where I want to put a lot of my focus. I want to ideally get the channel to, I want to save 500 or more subscribers this year. That really is the aim. And I'm almost halfway there. That really is the aim by this time next year. So I really said to myself, you know what? By the time it comes to moving in and starting a family or whatever, I really gave it a go. I did everything possible to give myself the best opportunity to succeed with it. And you know what? If I make a series and it goes up there and it lasts up there and the channel never amounts to more than 200 people, then for every single person who's watched the video, for every single person who's, excuse me, I've got hiccups now, for every single person who's clicked on a video, for every single person who's left a like or a comment or messaged me or followed me or whatever it may be, thank you guys so much. And I'm really, really hoping we can continue to push on and push forward this year, achieve everything possible that this channel can achieve. So yeah, really and truly, that's what I want to aim for this year. I'm hopefully going to move up another step in management as well at work. But the priority for me, saving towards mine and my partner's future, as well as giving this channel a real go, giving it a real shot, and doing my best possible to make it successful. I want to say a massive, massive thank you to Ben, my Twitch mod, a really good friend of mine. He's always been there with YouTube videos and streams and everything. He's honestly an absolute lad. He's a brilliant guy, and yeah, that really is fantastic. Obviously, my partner, my nan, my dad, like I've said, all of them have played such a massive part in what I've achieved this year, and I couldn't be happier. My friend Matt as well, always been there when I've needed cheering up or needed dragging from the gutter, and again, I really appreciate him more than I could ever describe. There are so many people, I could list so many people in this video. I'm not going to, but I could list everybody. But those people that have helped me this year, you know who you are. You know the kind of impact you've had. You know how important you've been to my success this year. And I just want to build from that now. I want to use such a positive year overall for me. I want to use that as a springboard to continue to grow and continue to develop in the new year. And that starts with season 2 of the Glory Hunter in the new year. For those of you guys that don't know, my birthday is also next month. So there might not be videos up in and around my birthday, but I'm going to try and mass record as many as possible at the beginning of January, so you guys aren't left without any content throughout my birthday. But yeah, other than that, honestly, it's been a fantastic year for myself. Probably my best year to date, if I'm honest. I've achieved a lot. I've achieved probably more than what I set out to achieve at the start of the year, if I'm honest. I completed one of my 2 New Year's resolutions last year, which was to pass my driving test. The other one was to get my weight into a better place, which I'm still working on that. But that's kind of baby steps. And my New Year's resolutions for the new year are ultimately get saving now, get working towards mine and my partner's future, as well as really give the channel a go. Thank you guys so much for the support this year. I hope you've all had a fantastic Christmas. I can't say how mine's gone because it's not till tomorrow. But I hope you guys have had a fantastic Christmas. Have an absolutely amazing new year. And yeah, nothing else left to say really. Like, subscribe, and I'll leave you guys with the last couple of minutes. There's probably maybe 3 minutes of the game left. I'll leave you guys with the last 3 minutes of the game for you to enjoy. If you haven't already seen it, there's a dramatic ending, but if you have already seen it, then but yeah, thank you guys so much for the support this year. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and for the last time in 2022, I'll catch you in the next one. See you later.